Hey y'all, welcome back. This is the 1 year mark of Manly Musings podcast. This is our 52nd episode.
Woo!
Um, Damn, we cannot believe we've made it this far. So tonight you've got the three of us. You've got Kevin, myself, and of course, everyone's favorite, the producer, has graced us with his presence tonight while he's just chilling in his college dorm. All right.
Yes, we
Great in
appreciate
here. You can
you.
tell by all the decoration.
Yeah, seriously, that is the lamest looking college dorm room ever. Do we like need to send you
Okay,
stuff to throw
this is
up?
the worst view of it. Trust me. I mean,
But
I'm going home this weekend to get stuff, but I will always take more stuff.
but like you don't
Um,
have any
and this
flags,
is
so
like
it's
this is the one wall that doesn't have. I have a flag. It's at home though. I
yeah,
had it
just
last year.
yeah, but it just
Hey,
looks
don't let him
That
live
is
his
fine.
good life.
Yeah,
Have
and
awesome purple
I don't have
light.
a car this year at school. So
no.
yeah, the grow light for my plants. I don't have a car this year at school, so I can't drive home. So I need to
Have
like
you figured out your car issue yet?
well, my car is totaled, but I figured out how much money they're going to give me, and I believe I've received it.
Oh, that's good.
So now I have to find a new
Thank
car,
God.
I
which
know
will be
because
fun.
when we were going down to West Virginia, you were talking all about it. So,
Yeah.
oh my God. All right. So, should we just start off with the worst thing that's happened in the NFL in the past, probably 6 months? So usually something bad happens with the NFL every year. Um, Tua Tagovailoa. Is that how you say his last name? I'd never say it.
It's Tua
Take on
Tagovailoa.
Valoa.
Thank you, Kevin.
Tungavaloa.
Tagovailoa. Um, goddamn, this boy should retire. That's my take on all this right now. He he got lit up like twice in a 4 day period. Um, did y'all see Thursday night's game?
I did
Yes.
not. So someone tell me I came home from work and all I kept hearing is like, oh my God, Tua almost died. So I would like a synopsis on what the hell just happened.
You haven't. It's almost been a week and you haven't seen it.
Nope.
He needs to learn how to fall.
Yeah.
It's not his fault. He keeps getting hit for so he's the against Buffalo, he got hit from at his shoulders and he like his feet went out from underneath him and his head went back. And he was stumbling. He shouldn't have come back that game.
No.
And then on Thursday, the Bengals they were playing.
Yep.
A lineman, I forget which one, wrapped up around his legs, and he tried to like turn out of it, and he just went down. And again, his head goes back, and he hits it, and his hands went up weird. And
Yeah. So
at
so
first
his
they were worried he
hands.
blamed him like paralyzed or something, but
Excuse me. So his hands, Kevin. He like had the ball, and all of a sudden he just rolls, and the ball falls, and like it's his body just goes limp, and then completely rigid. His hands started like contorting in odd directions. Um, so that happened. He got released from the hospital that night, was cleared to fly on the plane back. The next day, Miami Dolphins fire the quote unquote neurologist that they have on the team. Now, from listening to other radio shows and podcasts, found out some more information. The neurologist doesn't have to be an actual neurologist. It can just be a straight up ER doctor, a normal doctor. It does not need to be at that level to diagnose. So they have a scapegoat basically to say, oh, well, this person, said that he was fine and he's not. We can fire him. That's fine. Um, I personally do not like what their head coach came out and said after the fact of like the first concussion that was very apparent, and then following, and basically said if anyone has a concussion or is thought to have a concussion, to go into protocol immediately, and we do not deviate from protocol. every single fan, no matter if they're a Dolphins fan or just an NFL fan, knew Sunday against the Bills, Tua, I'm not even trying to say the last name. Fuck, that was bad. Had a concussion, and they let him go back in the game. Granted, they won, which is awesome for them, but like
That was the Sunday, right?
that was Sunday. That was not this past Sunday,
It was
Sunday
Sunday.
before. And
Yeah.
48 hours, what, 96 hours later, 4 days later,
Yeah.
he got another one. I was literally in bed, and all of a sudden my phone just Twitter just kept blowing up. I'm like, let's see it. And I'm watching it. I was grossed out. Like, it's scary.
It wasn't good. They came out and said during the third quarter that when he was at the hospital, the doctors said he's coherent and could move all of his extremities. And the commentators said like they weren't sure in the building if like how damaged he was, because they brought him out on like a stretcher and like they didn't want to risk anything. So just to see how intense the situation must have been there.
He's out this week.
Versus just like Twitter blowing up, and
he's out against the Jets this week, and there's a huge investigation, not just into the NFL and their protocols, which they've already said they're going to change immediately, but also with potential ramifications for the Dolphins on this. But they'll
the thing that's complicated about it.
Keep going.
Oh, the thing that's complicated about it is it's a mixture of issues, because the doctor is not an employee of the Miami team. Like they don't choose that doctor. The doctor is, I want to say, assigned to them by the NFL or by an independent commission paid by the NFL.
Yes, and he was fired.
So he can be influenced. Yeah, he can be influenced by the coaches. Like the coach can come up and say like he's fine, right? And then like they'll be like, yeah, I guess he's cool, and then put him in. But like when it was first happening, there were talks of people like saying like, oh, they're gonna like fine the owner, and they're gonna like it'll be like an upper management sort of thing. And I don't see that. It'll probably be like a coach problem, and this guy lost his job because obviously he let him go back out and he should not have. But it makes it complicated because not everybody works directly for who it seems like they work for.
Yeah, it's definitely going to come back at McDaniels, at least in my opinion, from how it's kind of it's lines drawn in the sand. He has said certain things that are now contradictory to what they've done. So I don't foresee this being a issue that'll go away anytime soon. And I truly hope that Tua's wife smacks this man inside the head after his concussions are all gone, of course, and there's no other symptoms, and tells him to retire. Personally, I think he should. Having two massive concussions that close together, it's not good. Not at all. So, all right, Kevin, you've heard everything. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I had figured it was had been really bad just from really hearing the feedback that you heard that whole weekend. Because all it pretty much was, man, what if you saw what happened to Tua? It did not look good, and everybody's trying to watch what happened to him. It does not look good. I mean, I hope I hope he can recover from this. I mean, I get like, that's really scary for that to happen to him. I'm playing like devil's advocate here, so if people hear me what I'm saying, don't like hang me with a noose. But like also, anybody that plays a game of football knows that certain these things are going to happen. Like if you put yourself in the line of fire and dealing with the contact, there is a chance that's going to happen. Any football player knows that. Merritt, to your response that he should automatically retire, I hope he doesn't. I would love to. It'd be a hell of a story for him to recover from this. Maybe get the hell out of Miami to a different team, to another system, and he can rise above it and win some games and maybe do something. If he didn't want to do that and maybe he chose to retire, then good for him. I mean, he's lived the life. He has been played. He's played,
3 years.
number one top college football. Top. He made it to the NFL. I don't think anyone would fault him if he were to retire
No.
or take a year off or whatever. But at the end of the day, like I think the main concern is like
His health is the main concern.
his health and the people that are in charge of making those type of decisions. Like in my opinion, I agree because I did see at least from the previous Sunday how wobbly he was. He should not have gone back into the game that previous Sunday. They should have said, "Hey, you have a game Thursday. I know you want to win this game. I know you're telling me you're fine, but right now I think it's best in your interest. Let's take the rest of this game off because you still have a game this Thursday that we might want to try and win."
And like the worst part is like the excuse they used. He had a lower back injury. I can probably guarantee that the three of us have hurt our backs to an extent that it hurts like a motherfucker, and you're in a lot of pain, and you're probably laying on your back or trying not to move. A lower back injury ain't making you fumble like he did. No way. That's all up here. That's
his balance was all off. You could tell like he couldn't walk straight. He fell twice just getting off the field.
Yeah.
Like not even like he couldn't stand up for like a good 5 minutes or so. So the question of if his head was actually hurt when like looking back from like right now is almost like guaranteed.
Well, Miami, when they put out the injury report, said it was a head injury, and then they altered it later to say lower back from reports. So,
and that's Miami for you.
Yep, that's Miami. I can't say anything bad about Miami because like they're dealing with the ramifications of a hurricane, so they didn't get hit too bad, but the whole state of Florida is. So, Kevin and I are dealing with the ramifications of Ian now with all the rain that we've gotten in the past freaking 3 days. More rain than we've gotten in 3 months.
Pretty much.
All right, Kevin, this one has to make you happy. It's picket time in Steeler City.
I mean,
what are you? I just want to know what your thoughts are right now, because like you and I've talked about this. So,
I mean, I guess it's picket time, but I don't know. I'm not very hopeful after the showing against New York's great football team, the gangrene Jets, giving up that lead. Makes me a little nervous, but I'm also trying to be a patient Steeler fan and wait how it goes. They threw him in a line of fire because Trubisky wasn't cutting it. We all knew this was happening. I'll be honest, I just did not expect it to happen this early. I expected maybe 2 more weeks of mediocreness until they finally pulled the trigger. But when you're losing to the New York Football Jets, I think changes have to be made. But game 1 didn't really go how it's supposed to. But I'm hopeful that it can get better. I just kind of wish the offense that the Steelers have, if in words of my buddy Jarrett, that's JARRETT. Shout out to him who came with me to the wrestling event for AEW Dynamite, which you guys see on our second version of We're Out Here. A little cheap plug there. But I
only on the YouTube.
Only on
YouTube.
Yes, correct. I think the offense is rather vanilla. And I think now that you have a young quarterback, you got some young receivers, I know the offensive line is a little troubling, but you still have a probably top 5 running back on your team. I think you could kind of maybe mix some things up. I would like to see the Steelers do that because it's kind of we see the same shit over and over, and then maybe an end around after a couple plays. So I would love if they could try that. We'll see what happens. But I know this season's probably going to be a wash, but we're hopeful that we can get some W's and do something out here. But that is my thoughts on Mr. Kenny Pickett. I want to see more from you. You're not as impressive this weekend, but I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful.
Yeah, you guys got the Bills this weekend, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not really hopeful for that one.
Nope,
but
I wouldn't be either.
I'm gonna lose a lot of fantasy points for that one because I have the Steelers defense, and there was no other good defense to pick up on the waiver wire.
Oh, there's definitely better defenses out there.
There's got to be a better defense to have, though.
It's situational. It's situational.
Can I read you the defense that I had to choose from?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
hold on.
Please do, actually.
It's really rough. Let me make sure I have the right team. Here it is. Yep. All right. So the top 3 defenses available. The Dolphins versus the Jets.
Yep. I would take that.
The Titans versus the Commanders at Commanders. And the Dolphins is also at the Jets.
Yeah, that's at MetLife this weekend. They're the cheapest ticket this weekend, like $45.
I mean, well, the Jets are
the Jets.
Just cheap in general, but I have other thoughts there. And then the Panthers D against San Francisco.
I would take Miami.
But if I were to text you what my lineup is, here I will show you what I have.
Maybe your screen's always blurry, so we can never see stuff. But maybe
I'm just gonna screenshot it and I'm gonna text the group.
Oh, okay, that works.
Because that's just way easier.
Look at us using technology for advances here.
Yeah.
Here, you should get it now. Like, if the Steelers weren't playing the Bills, I would just keep them. But the Bills are just too good, and I don't think I'd want to drop anybody on my team. I think my team is pretty solid. I'm currently 3-1. I'm currently killing it. I'm like one of the best records the league.
Why don't you just move Cordell Patterson to your IR? And then
I don't have an IR.
Yeah, and then you have the extra.
You don't get IR?
You don't have an IR?
This league. Not in this league. What? No, we're rebels against the world in this league.
You're crazy, bro.
I know.
I don't know if
it's
that's
been like
the
that every
thing
year.
To rebel on.
I mean, I don't make the rules. I'm not the commissioner. I'm just the assistant treasurer who handles the money and gives out the money at the end of the year.
Assistant
Dude,
treasurer?
I would straight up just drop the Steelers defense and pick up Miami's defense, and then on Tuesday put a waiver back in for because like what I'm doing personally for defenses is situational. Like whoever they're playing against, like if it's a shit team and it's a decent defense, I'm gonna drop my current defense and take that one. Only if the score difference is big. And like I've done it almost every week.
But I'm also
and it's been good.
Projected to win this game. I'm also projected to still win this game. Even with the Steelers defense.
Okay. Well, can defenses
still
get
up
negative
by
points?
7.
Can defenses get negative?
Could. Yeah, they could.
Then your defense probably get negative.
All right. So what? A -3, 4 points for that one?
Ashley had, I don't remember what defense. Oh, she had the Chargers defense a couple weeks ago.
I know that I've seen -7.
They got -8 for the Chargers like 2 weeks ago, and it killed her. That's how she lost.
Last year, I had I want to say it was the Cowboys defense. I had a defense last year, and it worked out. I forget what game it was. I'm sure I could find it if I looked for long enough, but it wouldn't be worth it. They went like -12. It was crazy. Like everything that could have gone wrong did for the defense. And it was like the worst fantasy week I'd ever had. I scored like maybe 30 points that week or something. Like,
Nice.
it was rough. Yeah.
Yeah, see,
But I
because
will
I
say on the
don't.
topic of fantasy,
Don't we have
my
a we
team
have a
dropped
segment for that? We
There's
have
a
a segment
segment.
for that.
There's a
We have a
segment
segment
for
for
it.
Oh,
that.
we do?
We have a segment
Oh,
for that. Mary just didn't
fantasy
write it
football
in.
week
I
one.
didn't write it in.
Sorry,
I put it in there. Don't worry. I put
Sorry,
it in.
not yet. I'll talk about it later.
Kevin started it with just going into his fantasy ramble.
Yeah.
We'll blame
Sorry.
Kevin. Yeah. Though I do kind of like. I don't like Pickett because he went to Pitt and he's also a Steeler, so it just adds on the hate for this player.
He's got little
So
hands.
sorry.
He's got little
So
hands.
sorry.
The only upside to
He's
him
got little hands.
is that he can run better than Trubisky. That's the only upside.
I
right
think it's
now.
pretty cool that he's from Pittsburgh.
Yeah, he's
Like, although I don't like Pitt, but it's cool that he went to Pitt and then got drafted by the Steelers. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty dope.
that is pretty dope.
Gives me like Joe Burrow vibes.
Yeah, but Joe
Playing
Burrow's
for,
cooler.
Ohio for like 3 years. Oh yeah.
Joe
And he won a
Burrow's-
national title.
Yeah, he won a natty and as like Joe Cool.
Yeah.
So
That's probably the second best or the best college football team.
oh yeah, easily.
You think LSU? It's like batter the Gators.
The 2019 LSU Tigers I would put up against almost anybody.
Yeah.
Man, that's a hell of a topic
team.
for us to talk about on another episode.
We will
too.
talk about that on
You
another.
should
Good.
totally write that down as a
Talk about
episode.
college.
Producer, write it down.
Producer, write it down.
Okay. I'm writing it down. I'm starting a new document.
He's like, why did I say yes to being the producer? of this show? These guys are assholes. I will touch
Start
on one thing
asking
I don't
for
have up here. The Patriots, though they lost, I was thoroughly impressed by their rookie quarterback, Bailey Zappi.
Zappy? Yeah, he was good.
He was pretty good.
Wait, hold on. The name is Bailey Zappi.
Yeah.
Zappy. Yep.
He went to
Bailey
Western Kentucky last year and threw for over
He has like the
6,000 yards.
record or something.
Yeah, he holds the touchdown passes
Fucking
and
animal.
yards in a college season, a football season in college. Yeah. But-
Zappi.
Dude, we
What a
were just a
man.
couple plays away from beating the Packers, being 2-2. We get the Lions this weekend.
That was impressive. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Even though they lost, the fact that they went all the way to OT with the Packers,
I'll take
I
it.
respect that.
I will take it. Though I don't like our record and we're lower than the Jets. It sucks. But
They're the
Oh my
worst.
I
God.
know.
Wait,
How's it feel?
really?
yeah,
How's it
'cause-
feel to be the
really?
worst?
Ah,
How?
'cause-
How
'cause-
really? How really? How does it feel?
Oh, dude, you should have seen me. I
want you to
I haven't been able to like sit down and watch a game because I yell so goddamn much this year. And I don't even yell at the players. Like I'm yelling at the TV to yell at the coaching staff. Like I thoroughly hate. Matt
Can I
Patricia
say something that
and
I
Joe
think is
Judge.
pretty controversial?
Yes.
I think Patriots fans complain about the littlest things more than any other franchise I've ever talked to.
Have you met a
Because
Cowboys
my
fan?
team had Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Cowboys. I wasn't.
Have you met an Eagles fan?
Their whole. I feel like the two of them can be grouped in like a separate group from fans. They're more like acolytes or something. But like my team had EJ Manuel and Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, that was your mistake.
You didn't see me complaining.
You were
Actually, I was
also
complaining, but
you were
still,
also
you guys.
this big, so no one cared about your complaint.
Yeah, true.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I have no
that's
sympathy.
fair.
No, I have no sympathy for Patriot fans after all of the
I have
titles
no
that
sympathy.
they have won. So
Nope.
this is just
Mm-mm.
revenge over the last 20 years of Tom Brady
Yeah, literally.
torturing the NFL
Yep.
world. So everything the Patriots are getting,
Yeah,
last place under the 2-2 Jets,
Oh,
the
that's.
NFC East.
I think
God,
that's the
deserved.
worst.
Pile it
It's
on.
deserved.
I think that's the worst part is that
Yeah.
we are below the Jets. But
Pile it on. Just
But you know
pile
what?
it on.
you know what? After this week, we'll probably be tied with the Jets because we're playing against the worst defense in the NFL.
Wait, who do you guys play this week? Who do the Patriots play?
We play the Lions. The Lions have scored
Hey,
the
hold
most.
on.
They've scored the
But
most
the Lions
points.
crushing it right now.
They score the
They
most
went
points. They give
crazy.
up the
Gino
most
killed them,
points.
but they went crazy.
Yeah. All right, let's jump off of that.
Gino has like the highest completion rate right now.
Yes, we will
Let's
talk.
go, Gino.
Geno Smith is ridiculous. I don't know where he came from. I don't know how he still figured out how to throw a football after 7 years as a backup, but good for him. NBA preseason, full swing. My Celtics, Andrew Celtics, look phenomenal to start. They got a new baby daddy on the team with Blake Griffin.
Hornets.
You know,
Yeah.
please tell me
he's
you've
wearing
seen-
91, which is so gross.
I love
it's
it.
so gross.
I love that
Wait,
he's wearing.
is that his number on the
I
team?
hate it.
Yeah, he's wearing 91.
It's so bad.
Amazing.
It's
He's
so
channeling
bad.
Dennis Rodman.
Dude, he's the first Celtic to ever wear 91.
It's awesome.
It's terrible.
If,
I think
if-
it's
if-
fantastic.
Merritt, if we go to Boston, I will buy me a Blake Griffin 91 jersey.
Okay, we will
I mean,
talk.
I'm thinking about
discuss
buying
this.
it as much as I hate it.
We'll discuss that. I'll throw that on there here too. But I watched the game the other night, or on, was it Sunday? Dude, that team, holy crap. Even without like
They were
certain
going
players,
off.
they went off from 3-point land. I'm going, well, we're
Yeah.
going to be that ride and die 3-point
yeah.
team again. Oh boy.
I mean, I do love the
Well,
win
we
by
do
the
have.
three, die by the three Celtics. Those are classic teams.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to Antoine
yeah.
Walker, my favorite Celtic ever.
God. Fucking rumbling and tumbling these days. That guy's
That's
massive
your
mother.
favorite
Hey,
Celtic.
My favorite, Shimmy Shake Walker all day.
I remember going to a game with my dad when Paul Pearson, Antoine Walker, and Ron Mercer were all on the team together. And
Shout out to Ron Mercer.
what happened? Oh, Pierce was open for a wide open three, and Walker took the ball and was coming up from backcourt and hucked a half-court shot at the end of the game. My dad's yelling because he's a basketball fundamentalist like I am. And he's like, what the hell? He misses the shot badly. And like everyone's booing Walker. And all Walker does is just does this little shimmy like in front of people, like, we lost. What are you doing? And I think it was like on his way. It was like near the end of his time with the Celtics. So yeah.
So I saw
Antoine Walker, best Celtic.
Antoine Walker and Paul Pierce, that Celtic team versus the Nets in the playoffs.
Oh,
I
God,
don't know if it was in
good.
the playoffs or if it was a regular season game, but I just remember the game ended
I think
with
it
a
was
3-pointer.
I think it was in the playoffs because I think we made it the first round and then you guys beat us because that's the year you guys went to the finals against the Spurs. Yeah, you played us in the first round
So
and killed us.
I just remember Antoine Walker shot a 3 and he made it, and then he just did a shimmy to like I think send it to overtime or to win the game. But I was just like, damn, Antoine Walker. It's just shimmy shaking for no reason, but he's so good. He was like back in the day, the big guy that to shoot the threes. He wasn't like a big guy post up guy. He was the guy that like, I can go out there and dribble and shoot threes. I'm out here. Big fan of Antoine Walker.
He was just meant to go out there, stand at the 3-point line, maybe drive to the lane every now and then. That was about it.
And while we're on preseason, my New York Knicks played last night against the Pistons.
Yeah, how'd they do?
They got that W. I didn't get a chance to watch much of it, but I did like to see a little bit of Jalen Brunson. He's looking good. Obviously preseason doesn't really tell all, but just good to have like a nice gritty point guard. It reminds me of the days of when I first started watching the Knicks. They had somebody that's out there. He's able to score the ball, but he's able to facilitate as well to the guys like RJ and to Julius. So excited to see what happens.
It takes a lot off of Julius Randle because he became that main ball carrier, like ball handler in the second half of last year with a lot of injuries to that point guard position. He became the power point. basically.
Yeah, and
So,
I'm excited to see how they're gonna rotate this roster. They got a lot of young guys. They got guys like Quentin Grimes, Manuel Quickly still there, Obi Toppin's getting better. Our guy Deuce McBride doing what he does. I'd love to see more of him. I just know it's gonna be hard with that rotation that they have with Fournier
yeah,
and
but you know what?
Brunson.
I've heard they don't like they want to get rid of Fournier. So if they can find someone to take his
Yeah.
stupid contract that they gave him,
Yeah,
It's
That-
so big. It's so
it's-
big.
4 years and 90 was it 96 million for 4 years or something like that?
1 sec, I can confirm.
It was something stupid for a guy who played for majority of his career on the Magic. And then came to the Celtics
and on the
for half the season.
bench.
Yeah. And then he came to the Celtics
Half
for half
a
the
year?
season. Did okay. And then was fine. Like, wasn't that good, but
4
mean, I don't-
years, 73 mil.
Not
73
terrible,
Not-
but
yeah, not-
still, I personally, when they gave him that contract, I was like, I don't. What player are you giving this to? Because last time I remember Evan Fournier, he was just on the Nuggets. He was on the Magic.
So it's
I
like
mean, he just scoring buckets for losing teams, and I'd like the Knicks to not be a losing team.
so
But,
it's like what
17
17 mil a year or something like that. 18
yeah,
mil
good
a
for
year.
him. You know,
Yeah.
been in the league for a while, but I'm hoping to see the younger guys get a little more burn.
Mhm.
Derrick Rose still on the team, still doing what he does. I'm excited to see what happens. I know they added a couple other minor guys to help out with down in the paint. I don't remember their names, forgive me, but I'm excited to see them. I'm excited to see
Yeah.
what they do.
I liked watching the young guys for the Celtics. They came in and balled out. Especially the kid from the summer league team. Cannot remember his name, but he like was blocking shots, jumping all over. I forgot they signed Noah Vonleh as well in the offseason. So there's your Robert Williams potential, replacement for the next 3 months while he's out. So that's good. Kevin already texted me about this on Saturday saying, thankfully you're at a wedding. You don't have to watch this shit show that we have going on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I kept
no.
I kept checking my phone for updates, and I almost threw my phone across the room at one point when I looked at the score for the West Virginia game.
Across the dance floor.
Yep. Yeah, very close. Very, very close. Or out the window.
Yeah, I
Either
told
way.
him not to turn it on.
I didn't. I did not watch it. I have yet to
Yeah.
watch any of it. I'm
I
not
turned it
going
off.
to. God.
So you know
I
what's
turned it
funny?
off. I was like, I can't. No.
I was at work because me and my boss were at work, and I was like, "Can I turn on the West Virginia game while you're finishing up?" And she was like, "Yeah, cool." So I go, I'm watching, and I'm like, "All right, here we go, here we go. What's the score?" I look at the score, it is 28-0, and I go, "Oh, what the hell is that?" And my boss is like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "We're just losing 28-0 casually." And then I was there. I watched it. I watched the touchdown. Cool. And then when I got home, I was able to see the drive where they were able to score, which they looked good a lot better in the second half. Not like so much better, but at least I appreciated them trying to put up a fight. They
Yeah.
didn't just lay down.
Well,
It could have been 63-0 if Texas wanted to.
apparently Donaldson got pretty hurt. Because he didn't fly.
Yeah, they had
he didn't fly
they
back
took
with
him
the
out.
team. He didn't fly back with the team.
No, he did.
He did? I thought he didn't. I thought he stayed overnight, or did he get released from the hospital to come back with the guys?
Yeah, he got released from the hospital. It was on Neil Brown's press conference.
I
They
don't
released him
listen.
from the hospital.
I can't listen to him talk. I'm just so done with him. I'm done. Just pay him the
Well-
$16 million and get rid of him.
And then what money are we going to pay another coach, man?
I don't know. Don't care. That's why we have big donors somewhere else.
Tank for like 3 years and then start charging crazy numbers for tickets. It's probably what
mean-
it's gonna be. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
it's very likely.
So again, right now they're in a bye week. I didn't get a chance to watch the press conference. I'll be honest. I watch every press conference because I like to know what the hell's going on. Thank God they're on a bye week. They need it.
Dude,
So then we get Go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know if we even win another game.
I'll be honest.
Mhm.
I mean,
I don't
it
think so.
is.
I mean,
It is getting scary to that point.
Maybe
You know,
Texas Tech is a game that we could potentially
that's
win.
away.
We always win
They
away, though.
beat
We
Texas
beat Texas Tech
in
away.
in overtime.
I know. But we play better down in Texas Tech, and they play better at Morgantown. Usually how it goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I
Not
get it. I'm
looking
like
good.
every other West Virginia fan. It's looking
It's
bleak,
bleak.
and it's that typical time
Thank
of
God
year
college
where we're
basketball's
like,
back.
thank God basketball's coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Merritt
Thank
said.
freaking
You
God.
know, it's gonna be a struggle. But the thing is, there are a couple of bright spots. JT Daniels is of a stud of a quarterback. It's a shame that it's kind of being wasted on a
Mhm.
year like this, which shouldn't have been, because this was supposed to be our best defense we've ever had. Unfortunately, I think I talked about it last week. The defensive backs that we got that were quote unquote seasoned and possibly ready for Big 12 are showing right now they weren't ready.
And then we
But-
losing our best cornerback in the Pitt game. That hurt.
Yeah.
That and we didn't expect that to happen. And here's the thing. So I listen to the Country Roads Confidential every week with Chris Anderson and Mike Kazaza. They're the guys that always write the stuff for like the DA and everything.
Mhm.
So one of the guys, Chris Anderson, put up, man, this is very reminiscent of the 2012 defensive backfield. So that was like Gino's senior year with Tavon. And that, if anybody, Merritt remembers, yes, that like Andrew, when I say like Swiss cheese defense,
doesn't even-
backfield.
that doesn't even describe it. It was like a wide open hole.
Yeah,
It was a
it
tunnel.
was.
I'll go look on clips.
Yes,
I
it
bet
was
there's
bad.
clips.
But the silver lining, you know, that year had a lot of young guys. This year has a lot of young guys as well. From that year, throughout the years, at least in this past decade, that class that competed during that season led to the best defensive backfield that West Virginia ever had in the decade, which was Carl Joseph, KJ Dillon, Terrell Chestnut, cornerback, and I think you got the last year of Rasul Douglas there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you had Rasul for 1 or 2 years in that one.
So, with that being said, I try to look at the silver lining instead of, you know, they say, look at the glass half full and half empty. Let's play these young guys. Play the Jacoby Spells. Play the Andrew Wilson Lamps. Play these young guys that were gonna be with us, hopefully, if all goes well and they want to stay. But play these young guys so they get the experience and understand what it's like to play in the Big 12. So when it comes to their times to be juniors or seniors, or when it's time for them to go to the draft, they're going to be able to play a lot better. And then that could help solidify. Because right now, our best players right now is that defensive line with Dante and like Taj Alston and Sean Martin. That's probably our best place right now with defense. And then from there, it's kind of a crapshoot with everybody else. So I think it's super important for them to really get those guys experience so then they can learn something instead of them having just sit and watch.
And the other bright side is we have potentially, I would say, as long as he's 100% healthy and comes back next year, probably the best running back in the Big 12 in Donaldson. If he can if he's healthy and he gets into that running back shape that we need him to be in and be that main ball carrier, he looks like the real deal at that running back spot.
Yeah.
If you can keep Nico around, I loved watching the Towson game, watching him come in, though it was a very limited amount of time and is basically playing a JV football team for high school. He looked good. He had a command of the offense after he kind of got settled in after a couple bad passes. So say it for some reason, JT says, you know what, I'm done. Like this season just tanks and they win maybe one more game. If I'm JT, I don't do a bowl game. I don't even worry about doing anything else with this team. I just leave, like at the end of the year. Let Nico step in. I'd be cool with that. I'd like to see these young guys, like you said, get some more reps. As long as Reese doesn't touch the field, I'm very happy. He can stay on the sideline. Go play baseball. Go play baseball.
Looking at this schedule, we have Baylor, who is currently 3-2 next, at Texas Tech, who is also 3-2. TCU is 4-0. Iowa State is 3-2. Oklahoma is where's Oklahoma? 3-2. Kansas State is 4-1, and Oklahoma State is 4-0.
So I'll give us out of those. I'll give us 2 more wins.
Against who?
I'll give us the Texas Tech one because we play really well down in Texas Tech. We always play pretty well in Lubbock. And then I will go with Kansas State because they haven't really played anybody of real meaning at this point.
They're top 20 right now.
Yeah, but that's
probably
still
why.
They're also Kansas State.
Yeah, we always play them really well.
Always to the you know what I see? I see
we're gonna get blown out by Baylor and Oklahoma State. I can already tell you that. Those are
Oklahoma's gonna
I'll be at the Oklahoma game, so I might be crying.
Good luck.
Hey, I don't care. You cry it up in front of that camera for footage for this.
Just record it, yeah.
So I don't really give a damn.
Just record it. I want all angles of it.
Yeah, you cry in front of the camera for our footage. But I have this feeling we lose to Baylor, we win Texas Tech, we somehow beat TCU, and then we have a bummer and lose to Iowa State.
We never play them well. We always play bad against them. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So, I mean, if that is what it is, that sucks. That sucks a lot. But,
if that and we all have to admit, if that happens, right after the football season is done, the next day, there's a $16.9 million check going to Neil Brown and saying, we should never have extended your contract after year 2. Congratulations on getting a lot of money from us. Go back to the FCS. We need to go find a new head coach.
And who that person would be?
So,
hell if I know.
What are you saying, Andrew? I'm sorry.
We're hoping best case we go 4-8.
Yep.
Oh, wait, am I gone? Can you guys see me?
Yeah. No, we can see you. Don't worry. You're good.
You're good.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to shift things around. I have a lot going on my screen right now.
You're good. You're good. I just tossed this one on here because I think it's hysterical as a Brady hater. That he and his wife are now getting divorced.
Yeah.
You knew something was up.
Now Brady can play till he's 75 and no one.
Yo, Giselle, hit us up. I already told my wife, and she goes, "No, I can go after Giselle, and you can have Tom." I'm like, "Whoa. No, because I don't like Tom Brady. I don't want to be near him. You can have him."
Now we don't like Tom Brady. Back when he was winning you rings.
Oh no, I've never thought he was a God's gift to mankind. I was a Bledsoe fan. Do not start with me. I have no liking.
I was an EJ Manuel fan. We all start somewhere.
You're an idiot. That was a horrible fan to be on. The fact that he was still drafted in the first round makes no goddamn sense to me. He was good.
Ex-Buffalo quarterback Tyrod Taylor died. I'm surprised you guys didn't put that on the list. He went in and then immediately got concussed, and the Giants had to run Wildcat for the whole rest of the game.
And they still won.
Honestly,
and then the best last minute of the game ever, with the Chicago Bears just lateraling it all over the place to go nowhere.
Honestly, for the Giants, you might as well just let Saquon be the quarterback because they don't have a quarterback in Daniel Jones right now. So screw it. Wildcat all day.
Have a quarterback in anyone.
I will take Saquon running Wildcat all day. I mean, like, I don't know who's even on their practice squad for a quarterback. Like, they're going to be in so much trouble.
I know they brought in like 4 guys to try out this week. I think that was Monday.
All of them are trash.
100%. The Patriots signed Garrett Gilbert to their practice squad because Bailey Zappi's going to be the starting quarterback. But Hoyer got concussed like the second play of the game for us. So
Yeah,
that's how it goes.
Hoyer the Destroyer.
All right. So Kevin, please tell everyone what jersey you are wearing because I love it personally.
Yes, I wore it in honor of my favorite co-host. So right
so
here, Teddy Brewski.
Wait, your favorite?
Damn,
I'm the
Kevin,
only
you really
co-host.
come at me like this. Just disrespected. I co-hosted that one episode.
You did.
Oh
forget
my
about
god,
me.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I
You
shine
are
on camera. I
One
don't know
of
what
my
you're
other
talking about.
favorite co-hosts.
I do like no prep.
Oh
that's
my
fine.
god.
This episode is winging
I found
it.
this. I found this jersey.
This episode's gonna be amazing.
It is. We're just talking over each other. Oh well. But for those watching
How
on
it
the
goes.
YouTube, this is
yeah.
Teddy Brewski, one of my favorite players, even though he's a Patriot. I just loved when he rocked his like huge neck brace or back brace on. I thought it looked fucking cool.
That big old neck thing. Yeah.
Yeah, the big neck. It's just the coolest thing ever.
Iconic.
I just remember he wore it. Saya would wear it. Alston would wear it.
Then Mike Vrabel wore it too.
Yeah, his was smaller though. Like the first 3, theirs was massive. Like huge.
Absolutely huge.
It covered the back of their head.
What the hell is that? Yeah. But that's why I found this when we were cleaning out my basement this weekend, and then this was in one of the bags that we were emptying out. I'm like, I gotta wear this jersey. I took it back for the collection, and I wore it for Merritt since it's our 1-year episode together.
Thank you, sir. Andrew.
Yes, and shout out to Andrew's jersey and your hat. But go ahead, continue.
Andrew, show us off the wonderful jersey though the team sucks.
2021 white. Yeah, the 2021 white West Virginia look. It was a gift. It's amazing. I really like this jersey actually. The one thing that's not great about it is it's sort of see-through sometimes. So I have to wear it over certain things. But it matches with my West Virginia football hat. So we're moving up in the world.
We made him a fan.
Now I get weird looks, but instead of wearing just a hat, it's a hat for a bad football team.
Oh my god!
You could wear a hat for a school that doesn't have a football team. There you go.
That's true. I could do that.
Oh man! And tonight I am rocking my Diamondbacks hat because it's end of the baseball season.
Nice. That's a good one.
And it's just I love this logo. I love the color, the teal and the purple. I used to go to those games all the time when I lived out there. They're dirt cheap, and they were actually good to go to. So.
Oh, I bet.
All right, Kevin. What do you got for cards? I know you've got something new.
So,
because I saw you earlier shuffling around and playing with them, so it's the only reason.
So, for those that happen to be randomly on Instagram, I want to say Friday evening.
My God, you guys blew up my Instagram and my phone as I was driving to New Hampshire. Let me just preface this. I'm literally driving to New Hampshire and like,
hey, Kevin,
my phone is just going ding, 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 ding. I'm like, what the?
Kevin texts the group chat. I'm gonna answer. You can't just expect me not to.
Yeah,
that's true.
So, we were literally cleaning stuff out in the basement. Same day I found the Teddy Brewski jersey. There were 2 boxes that said Kevin's stuff. And the box had, if you guys saw, I went live a little bit on the Instagram.
I was wondering why you were going live because I kept popping up. I'm like, why is Kevin going live? Like, this makes no sense.
I went live. If I go live, that means something is happening. So you should tune in. So
I was driving. I couldn't tune in. I'm sorry.
I think I was at a party when this happened too.
Oh my god, amazing. So So I get the box, I open it. As you guys saw, it's a bunch of my old Slam magazines, and to the side of it was this random Apple bag, and I opened it, and it was all these freaking cards. So literally, right after I helped my parents like clean whatever they wanted to down there, I sat from like maybe 9 o'clock to like 1 in the morning sorting all these cards that I had, and I swear I have some gems. So here, check this one out: Magic Johnson from
Oh,
the All
that's
Star
dope.
game. Tracy McGrady, the rookie year. You have like Charles Barkley when he was younger. I'm trying to think of Yao Ming when coming out into the NBA rookie card. I'm trying to see what you guys would be interested. Old school Kobe, some more Magic Johnson, a lot of older guys. So
That's awesome, dude.
like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, like so many. Like I got old school Shaq in here. I got like pretty much you name it. Oh, look at this: Jason Williams, Chris Webber, like anybody that me and you, Merritt, like grew up watching. Little rookie Allen Iverson right here. Let me see what else. You guys are Celtic fans. Hold on, real quick. Team USA when Shaq and David Robinson played.
Ooh, I like
Like
it.
you got some young Allen Iverson. I'm trying to. Oh, here you go, Isaiah Thomas. Like out of control, Jason Kidd rookie. Like so, I'm curious how much these cards worth. Oh, here you go, Reggie Miller rookie right here. And then you
Oh,
have
wow.
Celtics versus Lakers game 1 with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Robert Parrish.
Jesus, man.
You got you want some Celtics? Here you go. Larry Bird. You got rookie Paul Pierce right here. I mean, Larry Bird again. Like you name it, I had it in there. Oh, hold on. I got a Fleer 1990 Michael Jordan. And then Dirk. Who doesn't love Dirk? I mean, so I am
Gotta
literally
love
gonna take a day off, sort through some of these, get some like new top loaders in them, and then I want to see if I can sell this collection off. I want to see if I can get some money for it. I just gotta clean them up a little bit just to get them in like some more sleeves and
Yeah.
like little countertop because some of them have like old pricings on them from wherever I bought them from, and like the prices I paid for some of these. So that Michael Jordan I showed you, I apparently paid 25 cents for it,
Uh-oh. Hey guys,
and
I
I'm
might have
like, what happened?
I might have to
I just
leave.
froze. I don't know what you guys are.
No, I'm good.
I'm frozen. I don't know. Like, can you guys see me moving?
Yeah, you're moving.
Weird.
My wife
Both of
just
you
got a
are
flat tire.
not.
Oh no!
Oh shit. Ashley, no.
Oh God. All right. She
Ashley,
called me and she
no.
usually doesn't call me. Okay. All right. I have to go. I will leave this all up so you guys continue talking. Keep doing your stuff.
Okay. We'll go through.
When I get back, we'll talk about the Savannah Banana and NBA game stuff. So I will see you guys shortly.
Okay.
Have fun. I'm just gonna turn
Yes.
my camera off, but
Okie doke.
all right, guys.
Hopefully she's okay.
She should be. I just have to go find her. Yay.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Awesome. Bye. All right. So we are live,
All right, Kev.
guys.
We're back.
Wow.
I'm
Okay.
frozen. So you just
I
let me
really
know
hope.
if you stop being able to hear me.
Okay, you're good right now. You should hopefully be unfrozen. Can you hear me at least? Can you hear
I can
me?
hear you. Everything is fine. It just, yeah,
Okay, good. So
it's just
guys,
visual. It's like
okay. So guys, hell of a term of events right now. So if you guys are watching on the
yeah.
YouTube, you only see Merritt's lovely work photo.
Tiny
Merritt's
picture.
wife,
It's so
yes.
small.
Yeah, it needs to be bigger. But Merritt's Oh my god, you can't make
He's
this
gonna
up.
love rewatching this like
Yeah.
short period of time that he's gone.
Yeah. So hopefully he can
All right, Kev.
find where. Go ahead.
Hope we can find my sister.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about fantasy while he's gone?
Yeah, but yeah, let me finish
Okay.
recapping the
Yeah,
viewers
or
real quick.
you keep talking about your like magical sack of cards.
Yeah. So, Merritt's wife got a flat tire and he needs to go save her and find her. So right now we're doing this thing live. God forbid if we get kicked off. I
We're
don't know
just
what's
going with it.
we're just gonna go with it, and it will be a hell of a interview. But happy 1 year episode. But yeah, go ahead. Let's go into fantasy. So, how many teams do you have, Andrew?
Okay. I have one team. I'm not one of the people that are skilled enough at fantasy to play in like 3 leagues at one time. Because as I will express when we start talking about how we're doing, my team it's a bit rough out here.
Okay, how what's your record so far?
I am 1-3.
Oh yikes!
Yeah, so my lineup is it's not that my team is bad. It's more that I'm getting bad occurrences. Like I have Alvin Kamara, the number 9 running back last year, who has been in 2 games and did not play well in either. I have Mike Evans, who got ejected and then suspended from 2 games. And I have Joe Burrow, whose Bengal offense didn't really heat up in the first few weeks of the season. So it's a bit rough out here. However, as the last week when I was 0-3, I did, however, have the highest scoring week of any team in my fantasy so far. I dropped like 188 points. Because for some reason TJ Hawkinson decided he was a 40-point fantasy player.
Yo, facts.
Yeah, so I have my hopes up because they went crazy last week, but then again it is fantasy, so I'm expecting to hit like 70 this week. Oh, you're back. Wait, now I see movement. Okay.
Oh, good. All right.
Video. We got video now, Kevin.
I love it.
How are your leagues? You're in 3, right?
I'm in 3 that
doing?
matter, and then I'm in a 4th one
Okay.
for work that doesn't matter. It's just for fun, so I really don't give a damn about that one. I just try to be as competitive as possible. But so I have one for the gym that I used to work at.
That's pretty good.
That one was a $50 buy-in. I am currently 3-1 in that one. I'm 3-1 in pretty much all of my leagues that matter. So 3-1. This team is led off.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, this team is led off by Patrick Mahomes, Cooper Kupp, and Jamar Chase. With Kyle Pitts on my tight end.
Okay.
This is the team that I unfortunately have the Steelers defense, and I have Cordarrelle Patterson with no IR area. So with that, I have some solid receiver depth, which is one thing I wanted to do for this league because of the fact that this league, it's so tricky because there's different wants every year. So I wanted to make sure, like last year, my weak point was receivers. So I wanted to beef that up a bit. So on the bench, I have guys like Tyler Lockett and Adam Thielen waiting in the wings. Just my running back situation is just rough because I have Antonio Gibson, Mostert, and of course Patterson, who got hurt.
Oh yeah.
Then
you sent this one to the group chat, so I'm able to see this.
Yes. So then I have another one. This is the league that you guys actually helped me draft.
Oh yeah, that was fun. How is that team doing?
It is also 3-1. And this is the league where if you score the most points out of all the teams in the league, you got $10 added to the bank that you get at the end of the year. So I've won 2 weeks already.
Oh, there we go. So you'll make $20 no matter what.
Yeah, so I won 2 weeks already. So this is the league that I have Russell Wilson, Cooper Kupp, Corey Sutton, Aaron Jones. So the lineup here is very interesting. It is quarterback, 1 running back, 2 wide receivers, tight end, 2 flex, a defense, and a kicker.
Oh yes, okay. I remember this team.
So this is the
Leland
team
was a
that
part of that.
yes. So I have TJ Hawkinson on this team.
Oh, so you got that 40-point week last week?
Yes, I got that 40-point week. I got Damian Pierce from Houston and Nick Chubb also. So this team is pretty good for the lineup wise. My bench for this team is pretty terrible. So I'm just gonna bank on just keeping as much of the starters in there as much as I can. And then this league was just a random league that I had a draft on Labor Day while at work. But I'm 3-1 here. It was only a $30 buy-in, but I'm 3-1 here, like pretty much second place in the division. This I have Lamar Jackson in. I got Travis Kelce. I had Cordarrelle Patterson from the Falcons, and auto draft ended up drafting his backup running back. So I have Algier on here by the luck of the draw. And I have Stephon Diggs. I thought of you. I have a Bills player.
There we go.
Amari Cooper and Alan Lazard. And then my running backs are Ezekiel Elliott. And right now, I'm playing David Njoku as my flex right now with the Philadelphia defense because this is a 14-team league and it's a lot going on. And I lost Elijah Mitchell from San Fran to injury right now. And the weird thing about this league, so if you're like the best team in the league, the waiver order goes by whoever is like shitty to whoever is the best gets the bottom of the waiver wire.
That's what my league is like. It's really annoying because the second you start doing well, you can't pick anybody above waiver anymore.
It's like, what the hell?
Especially because my league does a defense thing where we used to do a rule where if you dropped your defense and then you put in the group chat that if you dropped your defense, you could get them back the previous week, like next time when they're not like on bye or something. But now you can't do that. So all like the good people in our league drop their defenses and we're like, I'm going to get my defense back next week. And then we were like, wait, we said that wasn't a rule. And then all their defenses got snatched up.
Hell yeah, that's why.
Because their waiver order wasn't high enough to get them back.
That's why I don't want to drop my Steelers defense on the other league because I know somebody is just going to snatch them up. And I figured it'd be easier to just take the L. Go ahead.
Yeah. How long is Watt out? Because they looked good when he was in. When he went out is when that defense started to fall apart.
I kept hearing 6 weeks.
I can look and see.
Let me know and confirm if I'm correct or not.
Around 6 weeks.
Yeah, so
which
that's
means
rough.
that was he get injured in week 2?
Yeah.
Or week 1? This is not telling me when he will be expected back. It's just saying around 6 weeks. So week 7 or 8.
Hopefully we could, not be bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, that's a fair thing to ask of a football team, but it would be surprising if they were able to just tell you yes.
Yeah.
Because especially this year, I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be rough. But the fantasy team life is always a joy. Just hopefully they can just stay healthy. But yeah.
It looks like he will be back for either Sunday night on the 23rd against the Dolphins in prime time, or a 1:00 game on the 30th against the Eagles.
Okay. All right. Hopefully comes back. All right. What else we got
Yeah,
next?
he
So it's
will.
just
He wanted to talk about the Bananas and NFL games when he got back.
okay.
So you guys have written freelance. Just go with the flow.
Just go with the
I guess I
flow.
could do the stuff that's
Answer your
below,
questions.
like my top 5 moments and yeah. Okay. My top 5 moments on the podcast. Ooh.
Yeah, put
These
them in.
moments I'm involved in, or do we want to, or are they things just that I've witnessed on the podcast?
I would say so.
um,
When we did these questions last week, it was an overall view of the podcast. So like I would say your favorite you can
yeah,
do your favorite list, whether it's listening moments or like something that you happened when being on, or um your favorite, it could be like any of favorite episodes. So if you
yeah,
saw like how the way me and Merritt did it for last week, like one of
yeah,
mine was having Ronald as our first guest. So tell us your
yeah.
top 5 moments.
Well, I enjoyed. Okay, so I don't know if everybody knows how I got involved, but I got involved the podcast because Merritt used to text me, how would I do this technology wise for the podcast? And then I went down to Long Island and I hung out with Merritt over my spring break for a short period of time, not like the whole break, like a weekend or something. And while I was down there, he was like, we're looking for like a producer and we need them to like edit and like post on like the various websites that we're on and that sort of thing. And I was like, oh, that's pretty easy. And I already like help with like IT stuff from time to time. So I can do that. And so that was kind of cool, just going from someone who would like, he would text me the podcast and be like, you should listen to this. And I was like, okay. So I would listen to it. And then to go from just like listening to the podcast and like knowing your voice to start editing on the podcast. And like, we didn't really meet until I became a guest, which I don't even remember what week that was, but that's definitely number 2. Number
Okay.
1 is getting involved, going from like being a listener to being like someone who is now involved in the actual production of the podcast. Second thing is the first episode that I was a part of.
Okay.
I'm trying to find it in the document, like when that was. I can't find it. Anyway, the episode that I was a part of, the first one, that
If
was
you
number 2
go to
for my top
episode
5.
40, you can see my my like whole thing. If you go to that
Oh yeah,
episode,
here.
you'll be able to see that the whole recap.
Yeah. Episode 21 is when no, episode 22 was the first one that I did editing on, which was cool.
Mhm.
And then episode 30 was my first guest appearance, which was a lot of fun. I liked I like the trivia part. That's fun. I get to like look back and try to find stuff that's like, will they remember this? I do have some trivia for the end of this episode.
Let's go.
It's not a lot, and it's some of it is it's I went a little bit out of the box this time. I did some stuff from the podcast. I did some stuff just in general, like sports knowledge, and then I did some stuff that you guys have talked about on the podcast, but aren't exactly like podcast trivia. You know what I mean? Like you've
Oh.
made statements or predictions in the past, and I'm now asking you what those are.
Oh my god.
Um,
I'm not gonna
as
remember any
well
of
as like the regular ones, like what is Kevin said in this episode, he thought this, like what is
them.
Kevin's blank, is
I
like that
love
stuff.
it.
So I've like, I want to say I have like 12 questions. It'll be fun.
Let's go.
We'll do
Let's
a little one next time.
go. Yes.
And then number 3 top 5 is probably when you and I hosted, which this is giving me flashbacks to. That was a fun time.
Yes.
Because that was the first time that we really got to like riff and like hang out, which has been fun.
Yeah, that is very true.
Especially, yeah, and then especially when we went to like West Virginia, that was a good time. And I'm sure that would have we like basically already knew each other by the time like we met, which was
Yeah.
fun.
So can I tell you something? So
Yeah, of
a
course.
lot of my friends, when they've witnessed you on watching. Some of them have watched the YouTube. So then I talked about when we first met, and one of the first things I tell him is that I forgot that Andrew is like 6 feet tall. So I totally did not expect to see you being
I'm
like
6'2",
the same height as Merritt. And then when I tell my friends that, they all go, "Wait, he's 6'2"?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, like, "Oh my God." When you look at him, he looks like he's like super young, and I would think he's a lot shorter. So I had to tell you that, like, everyone that I talk to all thinks that, like, they only, obviously because it's only like via, video screen.
Yeah,
only
you
like
see
their
like my
top half.
shoulders up.
So
Yeah.
for me to tell them, I was like, that you're like 6 feet tall, they were like, holy shit. But go ahead. Yes, I enjoyed that one too.
That's interesting because I hear from a lot of people that I'm taller than they would expect me to be. So I wonder like if I give off like shorter person vibes than I actually am. But yes, all those listening, I am 6 feet and 2 inches tall. I weigh about 150 pounds if you want to like conceptualize how that looks. But yeah, yeah, which is fun because like I say this all the time to Merritt as like a joke, but I listen to the podcast more than anybody else. So it's an interesting position that it puts me in because I hear you and Merritt's voice probably more than anybody else's voice, just because of all like the editing I do. And then like each episode is like an hour to 2 hours, and I listen to it probably about twice through before it even like comes out. So I hear you guys' voices a lot. So I feel like I know you way better than I do because I hear you so much. But I know I've known Merritt for a few years and I've known you for a few months. But because of that, I felt like it made, when we were like going to West Virginia and stuff, it was a lot. It was very easy to just like slide in to hang out with you guys, which was really cool.
Yeah. And it was honestly because of that, like, whole deal. It was just an easy transition for you to just mesh in because we've seen each other on the pod. You and I have hosted, Merritt obviously, and I do this, every week. So it was just like, oh, it's just another day.
Yeah. Third or fourth, favorite thing, the backyard brawl. That was my first time at like a college football game because, as we've mentioned a few times now, my school doesn't have a college football team. So W. So that was really fun to be able to like go and do that because I go to school in like Massachusetts, about 40 minutes from Boston, and then to be like to tell my friends like my third day of school, like, peace, I'm going to West Virginia and then Pittsburgh, and then I'll be back in like 4 or 5 days. Was a lot of fun. And then I got to see Morgantown, and although like Merritt's been instilling West Virginia on me for years now, it was good to see it from like the perspective of actually being there.
A
so that was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, a lot of people always like, I'll tell people about Morgantown, and I always let them know, like, I could tell you about this, but at the same time, you would just have to honestly go experience
you really have to be there
yourself. Yes.
And I will not lie, ever since I have returned from West Virginia, the one thing that I really would like to eat is a pepperoni roll. I ate like 3 in 24 hours, and ever since it's like, where can I get white bread and pepperoni? Because I need a pepperoni roll. Like, and I can't find like rolls that like they make them there. Like, I don't know what bread that is that they use, but it's
like you can't even
find it here.
And it's like you can't even like replicate it because if you put it like a big roll, then there's like too much bread.
Yeah.
It's so
like
bizarre.
A sandwich to some degree, but it isn't. It's like no other thing. And I will go back to West Virginia just for pepperoni rolls at the bare minimum, let alone to see college football, which I'm also very interested to see more of.
Yes, I mean, you have to see a college football game in Morgantown because it is no other, and which obviously
no other.
we're gonna end up doing that for next
We're gonna
year's
go next
backyard
year,
brawl.
so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm very excited for that. And then number 5, I really like you guys' drafts. I'm not gonna lie. It's a very simple sort of like progress, and we've done it like a few different times. So it's like it's not repetitive though, because each time you do it, it's a different topic and you talk about different things as you do it. And I think it's an interesting episode topic because it allows you guys to talk about whatever you want to talk about while doing this activity of drafting your favorite movies or your favorite West Virginia specific players or your favorite basketball players in general. These are just some of the topics that we've drafted on this. You've done multiple wrestling drafts, and I don't even watch wrestling, but those are some of my favorite episodes to listen through to while I'm editing, because all of like the guests and stuff you guys have when you do the drafts, and when you've even done them just like the two of you, and it's a lot of fun. So as
Yeah.
someone who's not on the podcast a lot, but a big part of the actual production of the podcast, those are probably my top 5 right there.
Nice. And you know what's
Oh,
funny?
and I'd like to extend
Go
I
ahead.
would like to extend a quick apology to the audience, those of you that have listened all the way till now. There were like 3 episodes that dropped in like the span of like 4 days last week. That we ran into some production issues where files were not being transferred properly and renderings were taking for some reason like days at a time for a like 1-hour video. And I've little understanding of a few of those problems, but they've all seemed to work themselves out. So we shouldn't run into that issue again. But that's why episode 51 and 50 dropped like within days of each other.
All good. But yeah, speaking of like the drafting episodes, like I talked about last week, and the wrestling ones have gotten so serious.
They're so funny. They're so funny.
So the one thing that got me with them was that we come into the episode and I talked about, hey, we could have trades. Yeah, you could absolutely we have trades.
Yeah.
That Leland and Joe Mac ended up making their own trade behind their own walls for
completely separately. Yep.
For a fantasy draft that's like not even like it was almost the equivalent of fantasy football, which I forever think is hilarious. But like that's what made it so great, because we bought in, and like when I talk about wrestling, I can't bring anyone else on except for those 3. Because if I bring somebody else, it's just not gonna work. I cannot bring anybody else for that.
No. You've established the wrestling crew, and the wrestling crew is amazing and hilarious. And I've been on, I want to say one of them, I was on an episode where one of them was also on, and that was a lot of fun. I don't remember exactly who, but they're all funny, and I like them all, and I would love to meet all of them at some point. But that's an interesting role I get as a producer, because all of the guests, I never met them, but I get to hear all of their like there's stuff from interviews that like I'm not going to go into specifics, but that has been like asked to been taken out, and I've had to take out, but only like the 3 people, you, Merritt, and the guest, and then me, have heard those sections of the interviews.
Yes.
And although those interviews will never come out, I'm sorry, but it's an interesting place for me.
Great. You brought up a great transition point. So because you've been an editor and you've listened to majority of our episodes, and even beforehand, give me 3 guests that you thought were the most interesting.
The most interesting? Okay. Let me like.
Yeah, and you can scroll through the document to remember who we had, because we had a good amount of guests that have been on there. If you need a good recap, that what I did for episode 40, I feel like was my pride and joy. I worked really hard on that one.
You have episode 40, you break stuff down well. I like Ronald a lot. I have to hold my tongue though, because some of this is implicatory to my later trivias. I like Cyrus a lot. I really like Leland. I've met Leland in person. which is
Yeah.
crazy to me that I've met Leland in person. Leland was a person that was on my phone in whenever episode 16 came out. And now Leland's someone whose house I've slept at.
Yeah.
So it's that was fun. I like wait, who was it? What episode was it Joe Mac? No, it was Chris. Chris is the one that I had to bleep.
Yeah.
I like Chris. He was funny. He did
He's
make me create
hilarious.
a custom sound for him, which was tedious, but very funny, very enjoyable. I like that episode was a lot of fun. And then the writer, the ghostwriter,
Christy.
what was her name? Christy. Yes, Christy. I'm sorry. I'm trying to like pull up names and remember different things at the same time. Christy was great. I really like that episode. It's the most not sports West Virginia focused episode that you guys have done. And to me, that might have been the episode that made me think like this will continue. Because at first I was like, oh, they're going to talk about like sports and shoes and college and all different like media stuff. But then you brought Christy on and you started talking about like ghostwriting and like careers and like how she ended up in that position and like her blog and like all her writings and her internet stuff. And that was the sort of like, okay, like they can talk about anything. Like this podcast works in such a way that you can talk about any topic. And so I really liked that episode.
Yeah,
So
that's like
those are
Merritt's.
probably my.
That's like Merritt's favorite episode. He says that every single time.
Yeah,
on like
it's
several
a
episodes.
really good episode.
Yeah, I think because that was the first
And
time
then,
where we went outside of the box. But yeah, go ahead, continue.
And then there's one more. The I can find it. Oh yeah. Yes, Chris and I was episode 36. Oh no, I can't say her because this implicates. Never mind.
Oh, what are your questions?
I
Okay.
retract that. The beginning of that statement.
Okay.
Because that'll implicate some of the trivia later.
Okay,
Which we'll have to
that's
see if we
fine.
get to that question. But I want to keep that it's my like last ditch question that I might use, I might not. I'll have to decide.
Okay.
But
okay.
I don't want to like ruin it before it can happen.
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it because I'm very excited for it. All right.
So my next thing to talk about is how is working with you guys been? Working with you guys has been great. I really like our Manly Musings group chat is an amazing mix of like very serious, like analytical, like how can we get more interaction and mixed in with like just sending memes of football. And then like my fantasy team is doing so shit this week, which I think is just this amazing like disaster of a group chat where I can like scroll back and look like what did Merritt say or what did Kevin think I should do for this, and then like oh wait, this is when we started talking about this player and this is when like it's just this like non-continuous whirlwind of things.
Yeah, like I'm just scrolling back some and it was like me talking about my critiques for you for we're out here on episode 2. Which one last thing I noticed, you spelled dynamite wrong for AEW Dynamite.
Oh, did I? No, I can fix it. Don't worry.
It says,
sorry guys,
you
I had dyslexia out here. I
you
can't be helped.
DYNYMITE.
Ooh, that's not a good look on me. I
all
apologize
good.
on that one.
It's
I
all
can fix
good.
that actually like right now.
That'd be hilarious.
We're gonna do live on the podcast editing
because we're waiting on Merritt. So let me text him to see like
if only Merritt. Yeah, get a quick update on what we're looking like.
Yeah. So
I wish
for
I could share
anybody
my screen because I could go into the.
oh, that's true. For anybody watching on the YouTube right now,
I could go in
Merritt's
and
wife got a flat tire and he is rescuing her. So we are just
Ashley.
patiently waiting his arrival
We're just
back.
hanging out.
Yeah. As he said in our notes,
We're just vibing.
go with the flow. So right now Andrew is editing a YouTube
We're
page
just
right
chilling.
now. Yeah, I'm just living a
I
good
am,
life.
yeah. I'm working on our channel.
Yeah. Let's see what else is here. So like I have a wedding that I'm going to in West Virginia. I'm leaving for it tomorrow. It's on Friday. I had to buy new clothes for it. So that was a
Yep.
joy. Clothes shopping.
Okay.
It was so much work.
Always fun. Always fun.
I'm a big guy, so like trying to fit into like regular clothes and like where I work, I don't need to be dressed up as much. So it was a struggle. I just hope the clothes fit me when I get down there.
It's
What
is it
happened?
the in video problem? Oh no. Is it like in the video? Is that where it's wrong?
Yeah, it's in the video where you put the episode 2, the graphic.
Oh,
It's okay.
Then I have to like really like.
It's okay.
No, I can definitely fix it. I can definitely fix it. It's just. Wait 1 sec. I want to see it.
Oh my god, it's too funny. Oh, I just realized I put my thing on Do Not Disturb. I don't know if he's like texting. Oh, he'll be back in 10.
He has texted the group chat.
Yes.
Okay, so we just have to burn like 10 more minutes.
Another 10 more minutes.
Like before we went.
Oh, he's back!
Oh
my god, he's alive. Ashley.
She's still alive. She's still here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she pulled over. There was like a little apartment complex. So she pulled over, got the tire off, put the new tire, the spare on. She drove around,
Nice.
and then she like pulled over again. She goes, something feels wrong. So got out, jacked the car back up, fixed it, took the lug nuts back off. She's like, she's pushing on it. Tire is flat up against everything. So I think just the spare tire has a little bit low air pressure because the car was literally pulling to the left, and I drove it back home. I was like, yeah, it's doing this. So, or it's just how the tire, the alignment is. It's off because the weight distribution is not correct on the tire anymore. So, but what I missed.
Yeah, I did that. So we talked for a bit about my top 5 moments on the podcast. Quick breakdown. The transition from being one of the early listeners to being the main editor and producer.
You're the producer.
The episode that I was first a guest on, that was a lot of fun. The episode I did with Kevin, that was a lot of fun. And we talked about how because Kevin and I did that episode and then we went to the backyard brawl, Kevin and I were able to be good friends quickly. And then Kevin, and then I said I really like the draft episodes.
Nice. Well, my internet's not stable.
Working with you guys has been good. That's the overall premise.
Nice.
So if you want to talk about, fun. So we have, do you see the green things?
Yep, I see those.
On the document. Those, we haven't talked about those yet. We skipped those.
Okay, cool. So we'll start off with Savannah Bananas. I shared that yesterday with you guys that they're doing their world tour.
Yeah.
So they've got a couple spots, Staten Island.
They're going to
Brockton, Mass. They're also going to New Jersey and a couple other spots. So we'll probably have to go to at least one of those games and make it a
for sure
one-off episode like we have with the videos.
mean, I would like to see them. That sounds fun.
I think they look hysterically awesome. So yes, we need to go.
Yeah.
We'll just have to pick a game, get the prices, figure out where the heck we're staying. Yeah, go from there. So, but yeah, that should be a fun trip.
Let's see. So August 9, that's a Wednesday. So that's the one in Trenton. Then you have Staten Island is the 11 and 12. That's a Friday and a Saturday.
Yep.
And then the 16th is a Wednesday.
So Staten Island it is.
Yeah, if we want to go there. But like if you guys are interested, we could do Trenton, New Jersey, because that's like right around where I work. And you guys would just stay in the Cueva household.
Ooh. That mean
we
we
can
have
do it like a week. We can do it like a little visit. Like you could do like a week visit or whatever, and then or a couple days, and we could figure something out.
That's cool with me. Either way.
In August, I'm probably free because I'm not at school yet, so it's a lot easier. I just have to tell my boss I won't be there.
Yeah. I'm trying to think the other ones
Which
that
I think
are
is
close
easier.
by.
I think it's easier than 4 teachers.
Yeah. The other one is there another one in New York or New Jersey?
Cooperstown is their last stop.
And Syracuse, New York is September 14th. Well, that one, the September 16th, we wouldn't be able to do because that's the backyard brawl next year.
Peace. We'll be at that.
Yeah.
Busy then. Already booked.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we have got a busy September with that.
Yes. And then Merritt, you want to go over our NBA games idea?
Yeah. So Kevin started this idea, Andrew, and everyone listening, probably a week ago. I think it was brought up like we should do going to Madison Square Garden, going to a Boston Celtics Knicks game, whatever it was, to get some more content for the podcast, the Instagram page, all the fun jazz, social medias and whatnot that Kevin does and I don't touch. So now the idea is we're going to go to the Brooklyn Nets and Boston Celtics game. I think I have it up still. Hold on.
The Nets one is in December, which I believe is a Sunday.
Yes, it's December 4th. So that is the first Sunday of December. And then we will be going to Boston March 5th.
I could probably beat that one.
Okay, perfect. We're going to ask.
Wait, yes, March 5th. Yes, March 5th. That is a Sunday game also.
Yes. So we will have to take Monday off because we won't want to travel back unless we want to just be stupid and drive overnight. I'm still going to take the next day off anyway, so it doesn't matter.
I'm taking Monday off for sure.
Oh yeah, Monday's being taken off. But yeah, so we just have to get tickets.
Take any days off. That's spring break.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure that's my spring break. So.
Is that
Look
like
at you.
Is that to start the spring break or to end the spring break?
Yeah, I think that's the start. It's the second week. My birthday is on spring break again this year.
Nice.
Turn up for what?
So yes, we will be. Everyone listening, we will be going to, 2 Celtics games, in my opinion.
There will be more episodes of the mini episode.
Yes,
more episodes of the mini episode.
The mini series.
The mini series.
Yeah.
Gotta love the mini series.
The next episode of the mini series will be mine in November, right?
Yeah. For W versus Maryland?
No, it's Oklahoma.
Who is it? It's Oklahoma, yeah. Sorry, you went to the Maryland game last year. My bad.
Yeah. Let's not talk about it. We lost. Per usual.
It seems like that's what they're gonna do this year too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. My hands are covered in grease.
We want to switch to a positive topic now.
Oh, my Lanta.
Yes. What's your producer trivia
Is
because
it trivia?
yes,
is
it's
it
trivia time
Yes.
because this
Okay.
podcast is going to be wicked long again.
Oh yeah.
No, it
Well, we're
won't.
gonna yeah.
He's gonna cut
Well,
it. He's gonna
they'll be
cut all
editing.
the dead time.
Editing
Yeah.
will be done, folks. I hate to
Oh.
break it to you, but you missed like a good 30-minute section in the middle. Just Kevin and I just hanging out.
Yeah.
Damn. It's always
Okay.
fun.
So this time I'm gonna do it a little differently. Last time I had questions for each of you. Like I had like 5. I want to say I had 5 questions each or something, and then I would like Merritt. This is your question.
Yeah.
Kevin, this is your question. I have 12 total questions.
Oh,
Some of these questions will be divided into question 5. Kevin, can you name these things? And Merritt, can you name these things? Other things will just be what is the answer to this, and whoever can like say it first wins.
Let's go.
Oh, I am so screwed.
How's this sound? Okay, so this time there is podcast trivia, stuff that you guys have talked about on the podcast. There is sports trivia. It's not even really sports trivia. It's more just like sports knowledge. I threw a softball to you guys that you should crank out of the park.
Mm.
We'll probably
And,
bunt that and screw it up.
And trivia about each other and topics said on the podcast. So like you guys have like number 9 is a thing you guys talked about, but I'm not sure if you'll remember it. Like you'll remember talking about it, but I don't know if you'll remember like the specifics of it. So, and then I have one question at the very end that's just sort of like if you can name one of these things, you get a bonus point.
Woohoo.
Okay, cool.
Bonus
Bonus
point.
point.
So
Bonus
here we
point.
go.
Let's go.
Starting. So if I remember correctly, Merritt is the reigning champion of podcast trivia.
I got my
Yes.
crown. I got my crown.
So,
Lose badly, I think.
that's what you said last time, and then you won.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Shut up.
Question 1. In episode 50, which real recent,
Oh boy.
you guys said a would you rather. Would you rather be a star player on a bad team or a mid-tier player on a amazing team?
Mm-hmm.
Which player on which team?
Oh no, Andrew, you froze. Everyone froze. No. Why?
Let's go.
Also, close the thing. I can see that the 2 of you are both in there. Account is in there for some reason.
Do you want me to get out?
I'm
Yes,
out.
Kevin.
My internet's now being wonky. So
Okay.
can you ask that question
okay.
again? Because I didn't hear
So if we
any of
lose
it.
Oh, okay. So we'll go back. The question was, who was the example used for a star player on a bad
Jay Crowder.
in episode 50? No. Jay Crowder was the average player on good teams. The star player was Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal.
I got that right.
All right.
I
Lucky
got that
you,
right.
because
Kevin got that right, so Kevin will
Literally-
get that point.
as he's asking that question, my computer just was like, man, no internet.
Nice.
Really.
Okay.
This is how Kevin's
Question
gonna
2.
win. He's got to cheat. Cut my internet here.
This is just general information question.
Oh boy.
Okay.
What are the 2 most important positions in an offensive side of a football game, and why?
Quarterback and offensive line.
Which offensive line though? Gotta get specific here, Eric. Come on.
Center.
If you want the bonus points. Center? Really?
No,
You're gonna go
no,
with
it's quarterback and left tackle.
it is left tackle.
Oh.
Let's
is
get it, baby.
I'll give you each.
Woo!
I'm gonna give Merritt half a point because he got half the question. He went straight with quarterback and then lineman. But for those of our listeners back at home, the left tackle is important because he covers the quarterback's blind side.
See, I would have
Can't have
gone
the
with,
quarterback getting hit.
I would go with center because the center
the
calls the
Joe Theismann.
right.
The center does call the play. Yes,
The
center is the leader
calls
of the lineman.
shifts and tells the line which way to go. So that's why I went with center.
That's true.
But it is
But
true.
It's
It is very true.
But
Okay.
if you remember, if any of you guys remember watching The Blind Side,
That
they
is
talk
why.
about how the left tackle is very important because he protects the quarterback so they don't end up like Joe Theismann's leg.
considered to be often the strongest lineman.
Mhm.
That or the center, because the center faces the nose guard. Question number 3. In episode 3 of the podcast, going way back,
Holy snap.
you guys drafted at the end of the episode, besides the top 75 of current NBA players, who makes the top 100? Can you give me 2 of those players?
Tracy McGrady, Dwight Howard.
Yep.
Those are both answers. Now there's a lower level to this question that I'm not sure you're going to be able to answer, which is why I wrote it in 2 ways, so I'll give Kevin his point. And then the second level of this question is, can you give me the 10th round of this draft?
Oh,
Who you think? So this would have been your 99th and 100th of your like top 100 people.
Luka Doncic was mine, and I forgot what Merritt's was.
Yours was.
I wanted it was an older play.
Yours was.
You had an older player,
and oh my! I think I went with. He was a Nick.
Charles Oakley. You went with Charles Oakley, and I went. Why the hell are you going with Charles Oakley?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I think that's it.
In the okay, so Charles Oakley is correct. Okay, so actually, now that I'm looking back, I've worded this question poorly. Both of those were your like late round picks. Charles Oakley is the 12th pick by Merritt.
Mm-hmm.
Your 12th pick, Kevin, wasn't Luka, but Luka was your 9th pick. So he would have been like your 95th person.
Can I guess who I think it would have been?
Yeah.
I think if I remember correctly, because we Merritt and I talked about that, I added younger players for some reason, and I tried to justify my reasoning for adding younger players because I figured the way their careers are trending right now, they would trend to be Hall of Fame players. And in that instance, I believe I took the Joker, Nikola Jokic.
You took Trae Young.
Oh, okay. That makes, again, that same
I
trend.
Say
I remember that.
Jokic was said in pick 8 of the draft.
Oh, wow. I got a good memory.
I spoke, instead of saying 12, I said round 10. So if you had guessed round 10, I would have also accepted Jimmy Butler or Kyrie Irving. But neither were said. So
that was a good question.
Kevin will get 1 point.
That was a great question.
It was a deep one. I wasn't sure if you guys would be able to go that far back.
Man,
all right.
Kevin is kicking my butt.
It's like 3 to 0.5 right now. Question 4. Who was the guest on episode 10? Bonus points if you can tell what topic they talked about.
Kaylee, Merritt's friend from Arizona State.
Yeah.
And we talked about her women's sports. When she played pro in Germany, her team name Hala, which we couldn't figure out how to do. And for bonus points,
Kevin was in Hawaii.
I was in Hawaii that episode.
Kevin gets 2 bonus points. It's now 1.5 to Merritt and 5 to Kevin. Kevin's destroyed.
There's still a chance I can win.
No, yeah, don't get me wrong.
Let's go.
There's 8 more questions available on the board.
And you know what the best part is? I could seriously mess with Kevin and just mute him. Like, I just, you know.
That's horrible.
I think that's right. Okay.
What? I can't hear you.
Now this is a divided question. Kevin,
you're muted.
Can you, Kevin?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you? I'm gonna let you go first because you are winning by a lot.
Go ahead.
Oh, thank you.
Can you name me? Of course. Can you name me Merritt's top 3 Christmas songs that he said on the podcast?
Oh, okay.
This was in episode 11. If you need like context of when you were, and Merritt, you're gonna get the inverse question, so you can think for now.
Okay. Damn. I remember a lot about the episode. I remember Merritt wore a Dunder Mifflin sweatshirt.
Yep.
And my sweet snapback Santa hat.
Yeah, the Santa hat episode. Yes.
Oh man. All I Want for Christmas is You. I think that was one of them. I think that was one of them. Maybe no.
You only get 3 guesses. I'm giving them like
Yeah, you get 3 guesses. I'm not
Okay.
thinking that is a song, unless I'm
he's
not
thinking
connecting the
Mariah
name of one
Carey.
of them.
He's
Yeah.
legitimately
No,
thinking
that's-
Mariah.
That one's not on there. Okay.
I
No,
hate that
it's not.
song. That's so overplayed.
I
Yeah,
hate
if I
that
know one thing
song
about
too.
Merritt, it's not that song.
I'm trying to think.
You get 2 more guesses.
Because I know, because I definitely know mine.
You
Is
know
Santa
yours.
Baby one of them?
No.
Okay. I don't know. This is a hard one. This is
You have
good.
you have a shot at one more point, Kev. You got one more guess.
Man. Dang. Is Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas one? Just like the simple Have
Yes.
Yourself. Okay. All right. Got one.
So Kevin gets the 1.
All right. I knew he could at least get one.
All right, Merritt, do you know Kevin's top 3 favorite Christmas songs of all time? He also gave me the artists. So if you give me the artists, I'll give you like 0.5 points for each of them, just because I love an underdog story.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You guys are assholes. Oh my god. Thank you for
You
being
brought a
jerks.
college kid into your production. What did you think you were gonna get?
That's very
And
true.
now, real quick, Andrew, can I steal if he can't get them?
No.
If you can, okay, if he guesses and you can guess, okay, so Merritt's gonna have, okay, so if
No, not for this
Kevin
because
to steal,
I didn't
Merritt
get the
has
chance to
guess
do
in
that.
order. Okay, that's fair. You can't steal because Merritt
well,
can steal.
hold on. Let it. Can
I'll
he
I'll
guess
instigate
his?
stealing. I will instigate stealing in the next question.
Okay,
There.
fine.
There
Yeah.
will not be stealing in question 5.
Trying
Damn
to be a
it. Okay.
jackass already. Freaking asshole. I'm gonna go with Santa Claus is Coming to Town.
Yep. No, that was one of yours.
Oh.
I hate to break it to you.
That's the one. I knew that was one. Damn it. Okay.
Rudolph. I have literally no idea. I have the worst.
Like mainstream. Come on.
Can I give him a hint?
Yeah. Oh yeah. If you want to give.
So,
for sure.
like, think about some of my favorite artists, and like, it's very typical that you could definitely see them singing a Christmas song, because
Kevin's a
there
big
is
fan of artists,
it
and then
is-
they sing Christmas songs, and he likes it.
Yeah. So
As
they
opposed
think
to
about
Christmas songs.
Oh boy, you froze again. Everyone's frozen.
Yeah,
Everyone's frozen.
Exactly.
There you go. Now
Wait.
everyone's unfrozen.
frozen.
No,
Okay.
you're good
All
now.
right.
We're
Do
seeing like
you
we're
need
all
me do you need me to repeat what I just said?
Sure.
So this one song, it's a wonderful feeling in which you will feel love in the room from the floor to the ceiling, because it's that time of year. The Christmas time is here.
Oh my. I know it, but I can't.
I literally
It's
I
a
threw an alley-oop, and
softball.
all he had to do was
That's
I
slow
know.
and just dunk
Come
it.
on.
Oh my god, I can't. I've literally my brain is done.
You don't have one.
Not
No.
even
More
one
guess?
guess.
Dude, I can see it. I can literally hear the song in my head. And
Kevin's top 3 Christmas songs, as per podcast history, are This Christmas, Chris Brown, Let It Snow, Boys to Men,
oh,
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, In Sync.
Which I literally gave you the words to the chorus.
I
I tried to-
know.
Kobe, and you were supposed to be Shaq.
You know what? You know what? You're getting muted.
So we enter question 6. We enter question 6 with Kevin having 6 points and Merritt having 1.5.
Hey, come back.
I will now allow stealing.
Oh my god.
We
However,
have
stealing
to
is going to
be allowed to guess first, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So No, okay. So number 6 is divided again, like the previous one, where I will ask Kevin and then I will ask Merritt. Kevin must guess, and then Merritt may guess for stealing, and then Merritt must guess, and then Kevin may guess for stealing.
Okay.
And then I'll break down how stealing will work after, because I don't think we'll come up to it. We won't really come into a big issue with stealing after that. I don't think. Okay. Question 6. In episode 18, the Manly Musing podcast discussed All-Stars. And after drafting All-Stars, towards the end, there was a question. What was the biggest All-Star snub? Kevin, what did Merritt say was the biggest All-Star snub of the most recent NBA All-Star class?
Wow.
Oh, I know that one.
Okay.
I 100% already know who that is.
It was for this All-Star game that just passed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the most recent one.
Oh man. Because I remember this too, because I thought very strongly and agreed with him. If I remember. Ooh.
So you gave 2 answers.
I gave 2 answers.
And
Holy
Merritt
smokes.
gave 1.
Mm,
And none of them overlap. So
okay. Oh wow. Oh man. I want to look. I want to look who was made the All-Star team this year. I don't remember.
Nope, can't do it.
Okay, that's fine.
can't look. No,
That's
no
fine.
outside sources.
That's
Just
fine.
in the moment.
Perfectly fine. That wasn't. Now wait. So this question was for the All-Star game or All-Star starter? For this question.
Like all
All-Star.
like
Okay.
even reserves.
Okay.
All of them.
Okay, so all of them. All right, that makes sense. All right. I feel like it was supposed to be a Celtic. I want to say he talked about Al Horford not making it.
He did talk about a Celtic. Merritt, do you know which Celtic?
Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown.
Well, wait, did he not make the All-Star team?
He made the previous year. He made 2020 or
He didn't make
2021.
2021 though.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay. That was
Yeah.
good. That was good.
All right,
You got me
now-
on that one.
Merritt, can you name me either of Kevin's All-Star snubs? And Kevin, you will have an opportunity to steal on both.
Okay.
So I don't
Just
know.
handing him
Why
points.
not? I gave you the opportunity. You didn't write down 2 answers. Kevin's going above and beyond.
Brown noser.
You're actually benefiting here because you have the opportunity to score on 2
I know.
unprotected points.
I know.
This should benefit
This
you
is-
more than anything else.
Oh my
It's not
God.
even brown nosing.
I'm trying to think.
All I know is I'm gonna have a fun time listening to this episode back. I can't wait.
Oh my
this is
god,
gonna
this is
be
gonna be
horrible.
horrible.
I'm editing it tomorrow. I'm not doing it tonight. It'll be up
That's
tomorrow.
fine. That's fine.
That's fine.
No, you're not gonna get the episode till tomorrow anyway. I'm gonna go to bed right after this.
Oh, okay, great.
Smart.
I'm going to go participate in illicit activities that are very common for college students.
Good for you. You should.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go with Damian Lillard. And
Do you have a second guess?
yeah, I'm thinking the next one. Why is everyone frozen? Damian Lillard and Chris Middleton.
Sadly, neither of those
Dang.
were the answers we are looking for this week.
It's heartbreaking.
Kevin, do you remember all the way back to the
Man,
All-Star
episode 18.
Yes. This was back when the episode number coincided with the week the episode was released.
And so we
Before we decided, instead of just editing the two clips together, we would post them as separate episodes.
hey, it made it
which we will now do for the rest of the podcast. I refuse to edit two clips into the same video. They will be released as separate.
Perfect.
Oh my god. All right, so I think I want to go. Let me think.
Kevin, you get until it turns 9:33 on my clock.
I'll go because I don't think he made it initially. I was gonna go Jarrett Allen from the Cavs, and then I was gonna go. I want to go as somebody. Man, it's from what I know. And I think I might have said Donovan Mitchell.
One of your answers is correct.
Okay.
And one of them isn't. Your guesses were Miles Bridges and Jarrett Allen. Or I guess your snubs, not your guesses. You just guessed. So Kevin will get 1 point. So
let's go.
It's now 2.5 to 7.
All right.
Still got time. Still got time.
I know.
Merritt,
he's still got plenty of time.
Merritt, question number 7. This question will function sort of the same way as the previous question, although there is no opposing question to it. I will ask Merritt the question, and if Merritt can't answer the question, Kevin then gets to answer the question.
Ooh, okay.
Merritt, what is Kevin's favorite movie? It's 2 words. That's a hint. It's like the title is 3 words, but it's 2 words with a connecting subject. Like I don't know what that type of word is called, but it's 2
hyphen
subjects. And then that's your
That's
hint
so
right
great.
there.
2 objects with a thing in the
Well, like I don't know. I'm trying to give you a hint that doesn't like give it away, but is like
love and
good.
basketball.
Correct. Kevin, what is Merritt's favorite TV show?
Ooh. Oh
no. Here's the comeback.
Man. Comeback is real. Oh man. Merritt's favorite TV show. Oh God. I want to say something super basic, but I feel like it's not that basic. No. The comeback might be real. Oh man. This is hard. I want to say he said The Office, but I don't know if he said that.
No.
And Merritt, please don't know, Merritt, because then I can keep the lead.
It's so long ago.
I feel like at this rate you just go gut instinct. Like, what is the first? That was what I would do.
Yeah,
it's because it's been so long.
South Park.
Saved by the Bell.
Oh,
wow! Saved by the Bell. I did not expect that one. Yeah, okay,
that was a good show when I was a kid. That was a great show when I was a kid.
Nice.
So going into question 9, we're at 3.5 Merritt, 7 Kevin.
Let's go.
This question will be one that is said, who can say it the fastest?
Ah, crap.
And if the first guess is wrong, the second person gets a protected guess.
Oh.
So if one of you jumps in and like thinks they have the answer, but they're wrong, doesn't count. And if you can give me, okay, how much money is Aaron Rodgers making?
Total?
I'll give you 0.5 if you can give me the guaranteed as well as like the regular amount, total. Based off what the podcast document says. This is podcast information. This might not be factually true, but is what is written in the podcast.
I'm going 110 million.
Merritt, would you like to steal because that is incorrect?
It's 141 million, and 120 of it's guaranteed.
According to the podcast document, which all of our fans might say is fake, is
That's
not
fine.
true. It's written down that Aaron Rodgers signed a $200 million deal with $153 million guaranteed. So
Well,
neither
Shout
of
to
you,
the podcast document.
neither
Podcast
of you
document
were correct.
keeping us
All right.
honest.
Keeping your buck.
Staying,
All right. Yes,
staying alive. Staying alive. Keeping that lead.
Question 10. This is where it really begins that Merritt can begin to come back.
Okay.
So there are 4 possible answers to
Oh!
this question. Each one is worth a point. 2 of them, one of them will be directed to each of you, and the other 2 are available for both to take. In episode 22, you drafted top 75 teams. And at the end of the episode, you were asked, who coaches your team? Merritt, who coaches Kevin's team? And if you can give me Ronald or Cyrus's team's coach, I will give you extra points. But I will not reveal if you are correct until after Kevin answers his question, because I will give you both points if like you say one and then Kevin says the other.
Kevin took Phil Jackson.
Did Kevin take Phil Jackson? Kevin did not take Phil Jackson.
Oh, fuck.
Kevin, do you know who you took before you answer who Merritt took?
Yes, I took Coach K.
Kevin did take Coach K.
That was going to be my second guess.
Kevin, do you know who Merritt took?
I believe Merritt took Coach Popovich.
Kevin did not take Coach Popovich. Kevin, Merritt took Red Auerbach. So now if you can tell me, they might have been said, they might not have been said. If you can tell me who Cyrus or Ronald took as their coach, their team coach, I will give you points.
Popovich and Jackson. I'm pretty sure those were the top 4.
Can you tell me who took who though? I'll give you a point right now just for those 2. They are the 2 coaches. But if you can remember which one,
Ronald,
I will give you.
Ronald took Pop, and Cyrus took Jackson.
Merritt will score 2 points. All right. Now it's 5.5 to 8.
Oh my God, this is so close. It's killing me right now. This is freaking killing me right now. If he comes back and wins, I can never do another podcast. Oh my God.
Hey,
So
Andrew, do you want to be
going
promoted from producer to co-host?
He might. He might have to. I might have to retire if I lose this.
Okay, so
Man.
I don't know which episode it was in. I'm sorry, I don't have that information written down. But before the W football season began, you both guessed the record, the place in the conference, and whether they would win or lose a bowl game at the end of the season.
Okay.
Merritt, can you tell me what Kevin said the Mountaineers' record, rating, ranking and bowl game status would be?
8-4, 4th in the conference, and we'd win a bowl game.
You got 2 out of 3 correct. Kevin said that the Mountaineers would be 8-4, 5th in the Big 12, and would win a bowl game.
Oh my God.
Which makes you 7.5, half a point behind Kevin.
Oh my God.
Kevin, There's one more
Oh
question
my
too,
God.
with a high likelihood of points.
Oh
Wait, what
my God.
question are we on? We question 10?
We're on question 11 right now,
Oh shoot. Okay.
and there's 12 questions. Merritt or Kevin.
Kevin.
What did Merritt say the W Mountaineers football team record, ranking, and bowl game status would be by the end of the year?
Okay. So I remember he said, if I remember, he said either 8-4 and 9-3. He said we'd finish 4th in the conference, and then we would win the bowl game.
Kevin has earned 3 points in this question. Merritt did say that they would be 9-3, 4th in the Big 12, and win the bowl game, which means that Kevin is up to 11 points. Now, this is question 12 is a bit interesting. So, without telling you the year, I'm going to include both. Okay, so I was born in March. Of the year I'm born, the NBA season prior and the NBA season after, can you tell me a player or multiple players traded to or from the Celtics in that year?
Wait,
Wally
hold on. What?
So if I was born today, but I
Okay.
wasn't born today. If I was born today, you would have to guess a player traded to or from the Celtics organization, the NBA season that just ended, and the NBA season that's going to start. For each of these players, I will give you a point because I'm not going to give you the year I was born.
It's Wally Zerbiak.
It's like, let me pull up. I have a list of them. Wally Zerbiak.
Pretty sure Wally's on that.
Year he was born. Oh my God.
He's 20 years old.
Okay. So that's okay.
I'm not seeing Wally Zerbiak.
To and from the Celtics.
In
Traded
2002. 2001, 2002.
Was so they had to have been traded. They couldn't be on the team. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, they have to be movements. People gaining or people moving.
Okay.
Leaving or coming in.
I want to say was Vitali Pataki one of those players? Oh man, 2002. That's gotta be like.
Dude, I can't remember any players for the Celtics back then that are so bad.
No.
Ah, dang.
I'll give you both. I'm gonna give you a crazy softball of a hint that whoever can come up with it first, I will give a point. I'll stake 4 points on this one. Whoever can come up with it, because
I'm muting Kevin. Muting him.
If you put whoever wins this, so if Kevin gets the answer correct,
Kevin
he will have
wins.
doubled Merritt's score.
But
And
I
if
get
Merritt
it.
gets it, he'll beat Kevin by 1 point.
No, that can't happen.
The hint is one of these players, I'm now looking for one specific player, was mentioned in the recording of this podcast.
Ron Mercer.
Not
Damn.
the not the
Antoine
player I'm
Walker.
looking for. Antoine Walker.
Fuck.
That was his
I was
final
born
year.
in 2003. I'm 19 years old,
Oh,
and
I gave you
Antoine
an extra
Walker
year.
was traded. I appreciate the extra year. Antoine Walker was traded from the Celtics. Let me pull up the exact trade.
Wait.
Yes.
Celtics was traded on October 20th to the Dallas Mavericks.
Oh my God.
Hey, Kevin.
So by the 4-point spread, Merritt wins. However, it was a softball of a question, so it really depends on.
Did Kevin just leave? Did Kevin just leave?
It's his favorite Celtic. I thought he'd get it.
Oh no.
Get him back. Somebody has to do the outro. Come back.
Oh my god. I can't believe he just dropped. Did he really just drop? Come on, get back on here, Kevin.
Come back. You have to do the outro. Do your All right. Merritt, you
I'm sending him
Brian.
sad faces. Just get back on. Get back on. Do your job. Get back on, do your job.
do your job. Do the outro so we can end the episode.
I'm dying. You probably shouldn't have made that a 4-point question.
No, I didn't. Yeah. I didn't think. I thought he would get it. I thought he would get it like instantly. Oh, he's back.
I'm dying right now. Kevin.
I'm not putting the camera on. I'm doing the here to do the outro.
I'm gonna put a picture of you, and it's gonna be the one of you sleeping in the back seat that I never posted anywhere.
That's perfectly
Over
fine.
you.
Perfectly fine.
Kevin, don't blame
All
me.
right.
Don't blame me.
If you want to
I
watch
did-
this
it's my fault.
podcast, you can go ahead and watch this on the YouTube at the Manly Musings Podcast. Follow us or listen to us on all the streaming platforms. We're on Google Play, Apple Podcasts. I'm so hurt right now. You can go. You can listen to us at Google Play and somehow find us on friggin' Pandora.
Wait. I wanted to mention this quick before you're done. The Pandora thing disappeared. The link, it's gone. We're not on
Okay.
Pandora anymore, but we're on
We are
Amazon now.
no longer
So,
on
We're on
Pandora.
Amazon.
We're no longer on Pandora. Maybe we're on Amazon. Maybe leave us a review about us. Happy New Year. Follow Merritt on his Instagram at M_P. Follow Andrew Melville56. Follow me wherever. And follow the podcast
K Quavo
Instagram at
624.
Manly Musings Pod. Happy last episode for 1 year. We'll see you next week.
Fantastic.